Thanks for joining me again, back in the garage. Today I've got a real treat because the coffee van, we've been on the road now for over a year with this new version of it. And I always said I was going to replace the seats, trying to get rid of the Nissan 350 seat that was there and the original one that's really ripped up and tattered. Made a decision and this is what we've got. So let's get this out of the box for you. Wanted something classic, something retro style. That didn't look out of place, and hopefully this is going to be the job. We've gone for the tan, the same colour as the original. Two of these. Oh my word, is it going to be any good? That's the question. Oh, well, so far so good. Oh, what do you think to that? These are the Cobra XL Roadster seats. Yeah, they look nice. They do look nice. Not too deep, hopefully. They make these especially. They make them to order. Because we went for the tan colour and I've got the runners as well, for the two it came in at 700 quid. So not the cheapest option. The seats on their own black, you could get them for about £250 each without the runners. So there's other options, but we thought we'd go for the Amalfi brown tan colour. Nice frame, that's a really nice frame. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Nice box section. Foam padding. So we've got fixings for the runners to go to on the base there. The only thing is the van is obviously specific to its own seat, so we're going to have problems with the width. We're going to have to do some work on that to get them to actually go in. But all in all, initial thoughts of that, it looks beautiful bit of kit. That looks really nice. We're not too deep, didn't want it too you'll probably be able to slide in and out of it, so yeah, we've got a little bit of a recess there, but no, I think these are going to be okay. Let's go and fit them. So if we spin it over, we're going to have a look at these runners, see if we can get them to go on. The runners that come with it are a pair. They come in 3 pieces, a bar and 2 runners. So we want to be putting his hand down and pulling the bar upwards, which is going to be that way. Pulling the bar, that's going to sit into that there, and you're working in that fashion. So we'll just drop this runner onto the seat. We can pop the screw through. And just using my little ratchet screwdriver there, just whiz that up. You have to slide these runners up to get at the hole where you put the bolt through, which is a bit hard when you ain't got the handle on them. I'm going to poke a hole through that material and then just cut it with a knife just to open it up a little bit, and then because I think that material needs to go underneath the runner. It wouldn't be no good doing anything else with it. You could cut round it, I suppose, but it'll hold it in place if I actually peg it down with the runner. I'll just make a little hole through it there, and then the bolt will go through nicely. And we can whiz that down again like we did the other one. One thing I'm not a fan of is when these runners come down, as you'll see in a minute, they do catch the front of the seat. There, look, see how it's catching on that material? And you have to push it away with your hand to stop it doing it. So, yeah, if you were moving this seat backwards and forwards over time, that would definitely damage that material at the front. I suppose you could drop some spacers in there to lift it away, but then that would make the seat sit higher. Let's get this other side in though, same as what we've just done there. And then we're ready for the bar to go across. this little bar, it's just a springy bit of metal. It just clicks in the little gaps, and you just literally click it in, but it is quite stiff to get in. If you've got a bit more strength than me, you might be able to push it in with your hands, but I'm struggling a little bit, so I'm going to get my little rubber mallet and just tap it into place like that. And that's that. I ain't going nowhere. As you can see, this is the old seat that's been replaced. It's seen better days. I could have got a cover for it. The covers that you get now are a bit baggy and saggy. I could have had it reupholstered properly, which would have cost about the same amount of money as what we've done. And the other problem is I've only got one of these, because the other side, the passenger side, was a bench seat. We haven't got the actual frame, so I'd have to have trying to get hold of another frame to be recovered and everything else. So it would have been a bit of a job. So we're going to try and get these ones to fit nicely and see how we get on. Let's whip this one out and yeah, go with the new seats and see what happens. Now these seats are only held in to the actual seat base by 4 bolts, one on each corner. So we'll just whiz those out. And then there is a frame then that's actually bolted to the van. Out with the old. Right, straight away you can see one issue we've got is the turret sits higher than the actual seat. So yeah, we're going to have to do something raising somehow. Let's give this a wipe down. I've got my grind wipes. Links for everything's in the description below. What I can do is take these runners off of the actual seat base and use them to fit to the van, as well as what's already on the new seats as well. So we can almost have 2 sets of runners, but these will be a great spacer because they're going to fit the original frame. So as long as I can mackerel something up to join the two together, it should work. As you can see, if I drop that in, it's lifting it up. I can bolt that back to the original fixing. All I need now is a couple of tubes, and then I will be absolutely level. Oh, look what I found, some tube on the old seat. Oh, it's carnage, look, it's getting the saw out on it. I really didn't want to chop this old seat up. I thought I might be able to sell it on the forum, but you know what, needs must. This tubing is perfect, it's the perfect gauge, so I'm going to use it. Let's just hack it up, weld a new frame together, and that will be perfect for mounting our new seat to. So I do the same the other side, chop that off. This hacksaw is a cracking bit of kit. I'll mount this back to the original framework on using the same fixings and everything, just to get it lined up so I can take some measurements. I know exactly how much I've got to cut off. This is off the other side of the seat frame. This was from the bench seat that I won't be using. So I'll just use all of this and we'll shape it to the tubular shape so we can get some decent welds on it. Using the angle grinder. I've got my little file there. Power file, what a bit of kit. We've got it all lined up where it needs to be, and I've got the arc welder today. Ran out of gas on me oxyacetylene set, so yeah, arc welder it is. Try and get it going, get that little jab it in, get the stick working. Here we go. I just tack it for now in the van, just tack it in so it's dead right, and then I'll take it out and we'll do it all on the bench. There we go, that's not going anywhere. We can whip that out now. Well, that's got the shape all set. We'll take it out and finish the welding off. Get the electric ratchet on there, pop them back out. You see that's quite rigid already. But once I've been at it with the arc welder, it's not my favourite tool for welding, but it does a job. You can get it looking reasonably good. It's a bit messy though, like you're getting sparks and stuff burning holes in my shoes and all sorts. I think I went for a pair of trousers and a pair of socks as well. We can drill those out now, so we can bolt the frame where the runners are going to go. Get them all out to the right size. We'll make one hole at the bottom bigger so I can get the bolts through. It's like an Allen key head, so I don't need to get too mad. And then we can bolt the runners straight to that. Get the power file on it again. Okay, so I've just bolted the base, or my frame, to the seat just as a trial. We'll just make sure it fits. So yeah, that's all on the runners. That's bolted on there. Let's go and try it in the van and see if it fits in there. Yeah. Very first, it should go to fit. So I'll bring it in. We've got those 4 bolts. They're a bit wibbly wobbly because there's no nuts on them. So this is going to be fun trying to get it to. Yeah. Oops. There you go. Told you. I get 2 in and then the other 2 don't fit, but anyway, we can wiggle it about and mess about and eventually get it lined up. God blimey, what a faff. You said it. Sometime later though, we'll get the nuts on there. And it does fit. So there you go. We have that all bolted down and it looks an absolute treat. The height is perfect on it. It clears that turret, so it's well worth cutting that seat up, and it looks really nice. There's the old one again. We've got to get this out with the old, in with the new and all that. That Nissan seat ain't coming back in here. A nice frame here that we made last time we were doing this project. So now we just need to adapt it to get the new seating. Back to the workbench. I'm going to cut up some nice box section, weld in 2 pieces where the seat runners are going to bolt down to. I can weld those into his seat base there. Get it all lined up. Now this is obviously going to be pointing backwards. It's not going to be a front facing seat because we only have it one way. And it should be nice and solid and secure. We'll get them welded up again. Get the arc welder cracked into action. Get plenty on there. A bit on the underside as well. Going through rods like there's no tomorrow. That looks pretty solid and secure. We'll cut that end down. We don't need that bit. Take the end off it. There you go. That's going to be nice and stiff, nice and strong. Just line it up, make sure it fits. Like a donut. I've got this. I put this end on it, which is nice and blanked off. But now I can't get a bolt in. It's going to be hidden, so I've got to tap this. So I'm going to have to tap one side, bolt the other. Like making work for myself, don't I? All because I like that end that was all blanked off nicely. Should be that one. So we'll drill it out to the right size. And then we can get the tap in there. I like putting these in the drill. It's quite nice. Saves using the hand tap it. Bit lazy, but there you go. It does a good job. No harm in that. Beautiful. Just check it, make sure it's threaded okay, which it has. I can pop the seat on and then chuck the bolts in and make sure it all lines up. So far so good. So we'll just adjust the seat forward and then we can get the bolts in the back of the runners. Just drill them through. Then we can bolt down the actual assembly into the van and give it a fitting. Looks nice, doesn't it? Oh, now we're going to give it a bit of paint first. This is the same stuff, acrylic 2-pack. Just whacking it on with a brush onto the frames while they're in the van there, just make them look nice. Then we can drop the seat on. Obviously after a couple of hours, let it dry. And doesn't it look nice? Oh, it's a delight. And comfort. Runners work. just fasten it down at the back. Yes. We can adjust that forwards and backwards. Nice and comfy. What do you think? I'm really pleased with those. I think they look stunning, and the colour's good. They're not too far forward. The backs are not too high. It's really good. Oh my goodness me, that was a bit of a chore, wasn't it? But it's in, it's there. It is so comfy. Oh, it's blooming lovely. Oh, yeah, I'm well pleased with the result. I think these look the business. They're like retro, in keeping with the flavour of the van. The colour's nice. Yeah, it's a decent job in the end. And we're in. Let's give us a bit more room around the back. They're lower on the back here so I can see out the mirror, because it is a left hooker. And the other one was too high, it was hard to see out. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. It's lovely. Sit there, a cup of coffee when it's quiet. So yeah, here it is. If you've enjoyed the video, drop me some comments. I always like your comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. The van is almost finished. There's always something to do, so I will say almost. See you in the next video. Take care.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day.